Hello everyone, I hope that you have the PowerPoint open and you can thumb along through that as we go through today's presentation. Alright, so have you ever heard of very successful people like Elon Musk brag about how little sleep they get? They'll give you claims that sleeping less allows them to be so much more productive than regular people. Well, in fact, they're actually completely wrong about this, and sleep is very important for both productivity and for health. You may not necessarily aspire to be as productive as Elon Musk, however, there's still many health and productivity benefits to sleeping well. That's why I'm here today to inform you about the benefits of a healthy sleep schedule. For those of you with bags under your eyes from checking Instagram at 1 in the morning, let's go over some of the myths and misconceptions about sleep. First of all, a lot of people believe you can just simply catch up on sleep. People think about sleep like a bank to where you can take out sleep now and then repay that sleep later. However, this isn't necessarily how sleep works, and there can be major cons to being sleep deprived even for short periods of time. First of all, sleep deprivation can cause problems with safety and performance in the workplace. For example, if you've ever been driving late at night or early in the morning and you realize that you don't remember the last 5 miles of driving, well, that means you're probably beginning to fall asleep as you drive. You're probably falling asleep at the wheel. We've all been there before, but you really should pull over and get some sleep. Approximately 9.5 to 10.7% of all accidents reported on car insurance are blamed on tiredness and drowsy driving, according to the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety. Most people think if you wake up during the night, most people think that it's the best thing to do to just lay there in bed until you fall back asleep again. However, this is actually not in line with the CDC recommendations. They recommend that you should go get out of bed, go to a different room, do a calming activity such as reading a book before going back to bed. However, you should avoid checking the clock though, because this can be stressful and actually make it harder to fall back asleep. A lot of people have misconceptions about the effects of age on sleep. One major rumor is that older adults need to sleep less than younger adults. However, this is not the case, and if you check out the statistic on the first slide, you'll see that adults from ages of 25 all the way up to 60 need the exact same amount of sleep. Yeah. People with developed brains require the exact same amount of sleep. It's pretty common for adults to scold their teenagers for sleeping too much. However, in fact, this is fairly wrong of the parents to do this, because the National Sleep Foundation and CDC both recommend, they have the same recommendations, but they both recommend that teenagers sleep a whole hour and a half longer than adults. So you might want to consider letting your teenagers sleep in that extra hour and a half. Poor sleeping can also be a sign of serious and sometimes neglected medical conditions. It's commonly believed that snoring is harmless, and while it often is harmless, sometimes it can lead to a condition called sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is when you have pauses in breathing during your sleep, and these pauses in breathing can lead to lower oxygen levels in the blood, which can intermittently wake you up. This can cause damage to your heart, blood vessels, and arteries, and can increase your risk for high blood pressure, stroke, and diabetes. Daytime sleepiness is not always necessarily a sign that people aren't sleeping enough during the night. Daytime sleepiness can be caused by rigorous physical or mental activity during the day, and it can also be a sign of a serious medical condition called narcolepsy. And that's a condition that should be treated by medical professionals. So how do we even go about improving our sleep quality? The CDC recommends we follow the following recommendations to improve sleep quality. So you should go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning. This works well with our natural circadian rhythms. And it's true even on the weekends. If you're getting to the weekends and you need to sleep in to recover the sleep that you missed out during the week, chances are you're not sleeping enough during the week. We should avoid large meals, caffeine, and alcohol before bedtime. These things can all signal to our bodies to stay awake and make it harder to fall asleep. We should make our bedrooms dark, quiet, and comfortable. This can mean removing smartphones, TVs, and computers from our bedrooms. These devices, the light emitted by these devices can send signals to our bodies and trick them to stay up longer. These devices can also be fairly exciting, which can be a problem right before you're trying to go to sleep. Exercise during the day can greatly improve your sleep quality. If you're having problems sleeping at night, you're probably not exerting enough energy during the day. The Department of Health and Human Services recommends a minimum of 150 minutes of moderate anaerobic or 75 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity a day to fall asleep, to help with sleeping. My personal recommendation, though, is to do somewhere more along the lines of 30 minutes of exercise to an hour of exercise a day. I find this can be fit in moderately busy schedules, and it'll leave you with 120 minutes of exercise at the end of the week. I do mostly anaerobic exercise, although I do make sure to include some aerobic exercise for the heart and lung benefits that are provided. Sleep is especially important during this pandemic that we're in. Sleep can help you. Sleep can help you both. Sleep can help you, first of all, like not get sick in the first place. Second of all, it can help you get better faster once you are sick. So how it prevents you from getting sick in the first place is that when you're sleeping, your body produces cytokines, and certain types of these cytokines are available in larger quantities are needed in larger quantities when your body is dealing with inflammation, infections, and stress. Sleep, especially during the later two phases of sleep. So during the short wave sleep and during rapid eye movement, your body produces more of these cytokines. And if you have high enough cytokine levels, it can minimize these problems before they get out of hand and before you get sick in the first place. Sleeping can also help you fight off a disease once you are sick. It's experimentally demonstrated that people who are exposed to long periods of sleep deprivation produce fewer antibodies than those who sleep well. It's not entirely understood the link between these two. However, it is clear that those antibodies are mission critical for your body's ability to fight off diseases. So in conclusion, you should not believe all the rumors that you hear about sleep. Let's take a lap and touch on some of the important points to remember. First of all, do not believe all the rumors you hear about sleep. If you're having problems sleeping, you should probably go see a doctor about that. Second of all, we should all strive for better sleep using calming environments and exercise during the day. Finally, you should make sure to get good sleep because it can help to fight off sicknesses and prevent you from getting sick in the first place. So next time you're considering staying up late at night, you might want to sleep on your decision.